Miscommunication is the #1 cause of all problems. Communication is your bridge to other people. Without it, there's nothing. So when it's damaged, you have to solve all these problems it creates. Everyone's like sheep on social media. Like, one person starts making noise, and everyone's like, hey, yeah. And then you got a whole bunch of people making noise at you. I'm a weirdo, but I have a very strong moral code. People think being alone is a luxury, but it's crucial. Whatever you're not down with about yourself gets loud and in your face. You can't really start living until you can live with yourself. At the end of the day, I'm not some evil guy. I'm not a person that garners a whole lot of attention. I'm just, really about not lying to myself. I always enjoyed being made uneasy, and I was into anything that was off-putting. I can't exactly put my finger on why, but it always seemed more exciting than those things that made you feel comfortable. I'm obsessed with proverbs because, to me, flexing is being able to say the most with the least amount of words. It would be ridiculous to say I don't want to sell records, but I trust my taste. Whatever I think the song sounds like is what I'll name it. It's a feeling thing. It's not logical at all. Sometimes videos make a bad song very tight. One day, I hope to not have a Twitter, to be sick enough that I don't have to use the internet. My world is kind of small. Lil B opened up the floodgates for Odd Future, and now rap has a huge internet culture. I'll always regret how I recorded Burgundy, 'cause it's not how I felt. The words that were coming out of my mouth, and how I mean them, it's so much different. I've heard Piano Man, that song is pretty cool. It takes me a long time to write, and I trust myself, so I write very sparsely. So when I do, I know it's good, you know what I mean? Rather than writing a whole bunch and having to sort out what's good and what's not. Everything when you're a teenager is a projection, or at least, for me, it was. Who am I gonna be? Odd Future's like a network as opposed to like a rap group. My friends have to remind me that it's okay to own the fact that you're good at something. I think it'll just come with getting older. Twitter is a real addiction, like the color of it, the process of it. It just happens to be that people like to associate poetry and rap music. I think that idea is kind of corny. I think rap music is rap music. I mean, are there heavy writing aspects of it? Absolutely. In a sense, is it poetry? Yeah. I've heard that so much, growing up in a house with poetry. But I think people like to use that as a shortcut for who's good and who's not. It's like the word lyrical. Lyrical is the worst word in the entire world. Rapping is the only time I'm serious. All rappers are princesses like me. People think artists like 50 Cent don't have charisma, but it's just a different kind of charisma, a bully charisma, which is kind of frowned upon. At first, I was just trying to sound like Doom and Eminem, and then I dug out my own voice, I guess. I've read some pretty harsh criticisms of my music, but some of them I agreed with and actually sat with me. Drake loves moms. Toronto is like a city of grandmas. When I was little, when I was a kid, I used to sit in front of the TV and just say what the TV says. It's how I got good at imitating people. In every person, you have a world of personalities and souls, a world of perspectives that you can share. You can get into anyone's shoes. You've got to be willing to stare at the ugliest part of yourself and deal with it. I didn't have a dad coming up. I didn't have someone to be scared of. A lot of times, I write and have to scrap it. You don't know what I'm talking about because the words are too much, and it's overwhelming. Black Lives Matter has already demonstrated that it has the power to shift the societal landscape by bringing awareness to age-old issues that have plagued us as a people. I'm blessed to have a platform that allows me to speak to many at once. I recognize that I can make consciousness a tangible thing for young people. Throughout Doris, and while I was recording it, you could hear I was apprehensive towards everything. I can't explain it. It wasn't fun. It was like I had to do it. Both of my parents had me reading at a really young age. Maybe it was a hereditary thing, but my mom always had my nose in a book. I've always been a bookworm. I just write like a grown man, because that's what I listen to. I'm not even speaking complicated English. I don't do 5-syllable words. I don't do 4-syllable words. This is English. Rudimentary English.